What's going on, YouTube? Thanks for tuning into the channel. It's your boy Devin Coates. Coming to you here with just a real quick video. Just for me, I've been kind of just going through some shit. There's just the ebbs and flows of life, and obviously, you guys see me on YouTube. I'm taking the time to kind of document a lot of it. So, basically, I just kind of wanted to talk about the three C's. This is a concept that Grant Cardone has come up with that I find very important, very true, and he kind of phrases it as, I guess, just as the beginning, because they do talk about recommitting, but as something that's kind of done once, but then they have videos where they talk about it's something that has to be done all the time. And here's another time for me where I feel like I've had to kind of come out and do this. So the three C's are commit, confront, and control. And with my YouTube, with my personal life, with my business, as in my career, and the things that I'm doing on the side for longevity and in the future, I've kind of been lacking on pretty much all the fronts. Even my money, working out, staying healthy. So whatever points of life that are important to you, or whatever goals you have that you want to achieve, it's always important to kind of keep coming back to these. So what am I committed to making happen? What am I committed to achieving, regardless of what happens or what I have to give up? So that could goes committing both ways. So what am I committed to doing, and what am I committed to not doing? And how do I formulate a plan that this keeps happening, so that what I'm looking to materialize actually does manifest in my life? So that's the commitment aspect. And just something else I'll put on commitment, because I feel like I've heard this a few times on my channel. A lot of people asking me, is stuff worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Well, commitment is only a commitment if it's backed up by both time and resources. And by resources, that generally means money. So time and resources are what constitutes any commitment. If they're not followed up by that, it's not a commitment. It's just a fucking random thought you've had. And that's just the honest truth about it. And a lot of times people don't want to spend any money on anything, but that's not a great mentality, because the reason why you don't want to spend money on it is because you're not committed to making whatever initially got you interested. You're not interested in making that actually happen, or cutting off all other options and making a true decision that that's what you want to do. Now, confronting. Now, this is the part where I think that I run into bumps. Is that one day I'll be fully committed, one day I'll do it, I'll say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be like this. I do it for a couple days, I miss a day, and then I don't want to confront it, and I procrastinate. And that's really where my procrastination comes in, is confronting things. Even with my YouTube, for example, editing and using a better camera. Now, I've never gone to school for it, never been what I would call like a technological genius, but it's something I'm gonna have to confront. That, editing these things, I'm probably gonna have a big learning curve. That there's gonna be things that that other people could know intuitively, and they're doing these things in an hour, a couple hours, and for me it might take a whole day to edit something that might be pretty simple. And I'm just not confronting the fact. It's not even the fact. I'm not even just confronting the what I have to do and actually doing it. I'm kind of just putting it off. Same thing with my website. It's definitely something, but this is why I put these up here, because I'm not trying to act like I'm a guru, like I have all these insights that I put into action that have amounted me some crazy life. Shit's getting better every year that I look back where I was last year. It's always I'm always in a better spot, give or take certain aspects of my life, and then but I'm always there. And I do think I have a self-awareness where I can confront things to an extent, and probably better than a lot of people my age. But to where I'm going and the potential that I see in myself, I'm not near where I need to be in terms of confronting. And the last one would definitely be control. And this one is really important for me because I feel like I did hit kind of a turning point this weekend. I went back to a hometown of mine. Now, I don't have any real family that lives there, so I only went there for the night, slept over at a friend's house, and left. But we went to a bar, and the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is generally like a pretty big day. And we went there. I met a lot of, or not met, I saw a lot of people that I hadn't seen in about a year, that I have been kind of only seeing once a year for a while. A lot of people I went to high school with, and there was just this overwhelming feeling whenever I wasn't in a conversation of like, why the fuck am I here? And I don't want that to sound negative in any way, but I just feel like I'm in a whole different space mentally of where I'm going in my life. A lot of the people I was kind of surrounded with that are my friends in many rights. It's just that maybe the path that we're on or things that we're looking to seek, I mean, they're starting to change. People are starting to split up, and people's decisions that they've made over the 6+ years since high school are starting to kind of play out. And just seeing that and really being around a lot of those people kind of reaffirmed where, I can control my reality, and I haven't controlled it up to this point. And it's like, where do I want to go? Like, I look in my past, and when I see things in my past, it's like there's no room for me. There's nothing for me back then. But then I also let certain habits, and I don't want to open up as much in this video, but I probably will kind of moving forward. But certain habits, certain things that I do that kind of inhibit my future. And it's like, you got to make the decision, it's that commit, confront, control. So what am I committed to? Am I committed to my past and being who I already was, or trying to live in that reality? Or am I committed to my future and making that correct? And what am I going to confront? Am I going to confront the reality that certain habits or certain situations have been following me and I haven't released them? Am I going to confront my bank account when I look at it, that I moved all the money and all the bills are paid on time? Because, I mean, that sounds like something so simple, but that's something a lot of people don't want to confront, their bank account and their money mindset. And then what am I going to control? What is within my power to make this happen? What can I set up? How early can I get up? How can I be more accountable? How can I be the person I'm trying to be? And really writing it down. I mean, I could show you, right? Is it this page? No, it's not that one. It's right here. Like, I've literally written it down, like my commitments. And you can't really see it, but it says commitment, control, and confront. I've written down the kind of 4 or 5 aspects of my life that I find the most important, that I'm very committed to just making it happen. And why I bring up the story of seeing all those other people is that, at least for me, it doesn't really seem like what I'm doing is, one, what other people want to do. Two, it seems very interesting to other people, especially people I've already known. And it's kind of like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a validation, or are you looking for the release of the tension with inside you, within? Um, like, I think every person, at least every man, I mean, I can't speak as much to women, but I mean, I would imagine, I mean, our um, biology and psychology is generally similar. You're always looking for that release. You got all this tension built up that you're building, and you want to achieve things, but the media and just other people in general are kind of telling you what is the right thing to do. Like, you should be out partying every weekend. You know what I mean? You should be out kind of doing a lot of destructive things that, if you're trying to get your money right, it's like, I cannot drop, like, and I'm talking about 50 as an expensive night for me at a bar. I know people that they tell me when they go out to a bar, they're spending $100, 200, like, a night, and it's like, that's just not the reality for me. You know what I mean? I can't do that, or I can't just stay up till 12, 1. I mean, working and making my money and getting my money right is the number one thing I'm committed to at this point, because so much of your future depends on your ability to do that. And if you can automate that process, you're going to be in a position where, you're having a lot of first world problems, as they like to say. But I bring up my past because I think I'm getting off tangent, is just, or not my past, just what happened, and thinking about my past is that, there's a lot of change, and you don't want to hold on to the identities that you had in the past if they're not serving you now. Who I was back then, who I was even in that bar in that moment, was not who I wanted to be. And it was just a realization that I had on me that, you know, I control my environment. I control what I'm exposed to. And there are a few people there that I would love to see and would want to see again, that even in that moment, I don't think I made a strong enough effort to keep the lines of communication open, at least in that moment. But most, the general, uh, like, grouping that was there, it's like, you guys never really knew me. I don't know it's like I was holding on to something. It's like if you're trying to grasp water, it's like you grab it and it slips through your fingers and you're like, that was it. And I didn't really go with that much expectation this year, but I know I felt that disappointment the past years. This is the one where I really kind of made amends. And this is the day where I'm really trying to put a stake in the ground for myself that, like, enough with the bullshit. Are you committed or are you not? Are you going to do it or are you not? Are you going to stay committed? Are you going to confront and hold yourself accountable when you're not? And are you going to control things to keep yourself in a path, in alignment that's moving through? So kind of got over sickness, kind of went home and had that little break. And in a few weeks, I'll probably have another nice little break. Got a couple days saved up from the job that I'm working currently. But I just wanted to come with you guys to this, especially for a lot of my new subscribers, that kind of probably follow me for reasons where they probably don't know everything that I'm about. Really, everything that this channel is about designing a life of intent and just creating a lifestyle that suits you. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different aspects of life that all these other YouTubers are specializing down. I'm a young man that's kind of absorbing this in this new information age, and I want to give you guys the best of what I find for each area of your life. So the number one area of my life at this point is making money. So finding ways to, one, increase the money I'm making at my career, but then two, creating new multiple flows. Whether it's health and physical activity. I'm very into calisthenics. I eat vegan certain days of the week. I try to stay healthy and reduce my carbon footprint in that respect. So that's very important to me. Definitely like sex and relationships. I mean, obviously, I'm a young, single fucking stud. But like, that is definitely a big portion of your life, and it's something that definitely modern schooling doesn't ever touch on. I mean, the couple courses I took in college, because I took communication, we did dabble in those things, and I took a lot of evolution and sexual evolution and things like that. But it's something that's not discussed, and that's definitely something that I think, in terms of creating a life of design, is very, very important. Education, whether it be standard or the different book reviews that I do, course reviews that I do, that I post up, and then spirituality, not in a religious sense, but just in a kind of what's beyond the senses kind of thing, and just understanding that. So that's really what this whole channel is about: designing a life of intent, creating a life that fits you in all of those different aspects of life, and just kind of becoming a renaissance person, if you will, man or woman. I'm not really trying to make this a very specific, gender specific channel. I mean, I'm sure that I'm probably going to appeal to younger males more than anything, but it's open to everybody. But designing a life and intent, I'm committed to making this happen, and I've recommitted, and this is something that you have to do on a periodic basis, but I'm recommitted. I'm going to confront a few of the things that I haven't confronted, and I'm going to control things that I have to control. Keep looking out for more videos on the way. I know I've been saying it, but the content is going to increase. This month is really a build month for me, in many different facets, fitness, um, health, career. So I'm really going to spend some time learning how to edit, learning how to get my whole setup right, and then I'm going to set my shit up, get my shit going. It's your boy Devin Coates. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. Till next time. Peace.